I would say that this battle is definitely the most important of our lives, of the Ukrainians. We never were expecting to be attacked as it happened on 24th of February. And this senseless war has taken thousands of lives, destroyed infrastructure in the country, and still going on. The fights are still going on while we're talking. And every night, every day, there are rocket attacks. Up to 2,000 rockets have been launched from Belarus and Russia to destroy our life of Ukrainians that were associating themselves with democratic values of the free world. And we have committed us to it since 2014. And the world totally underestimated the annexation of Crimea by Russia, support of the Lugansk and Donetsk so-called separatists, and continuing with invasion of the entire country. Russia needs Ukraine, obviously, as we see, but Russia doesn't need Ukrainians, and that's why civilians are getting killed, and residential districts in the cities being bombed with phosphoric bombs and cluster bombing, which is continuing. That was in Bucha, Gostomel, Irpin, Makariv. All those satellite cities were acting like a shield for the capital of Ukraine, and they were taking the first hit. I was in Bucha. I saw it with my own eyes. All the civilians that had been tortured with the tight hands behind their head, behind their back, and with a shot in the head, executed. There's so many children that have been suffering, killed or injured, up to 1,000 children. We can't really give exact numbers because the numbers are still going on and counting. And the world just has underestimated this madman's aggression. And now, as the consequence, and I remember those lines from the world leaders saying, if Russia is going to cross the line and invade Ukraine, there are going to be consequences. And those consequences for almost 2 months we were taking, the Ukraine has been taking. Eventually, now the free world is openly supporting us with defensive weapons, with the weapons, period. In the war, you cannot fight with bare knuckles. We need weapons to protect our sky above our heads and protect our home country. And the war is reckless. And I couldn't even imagine in my life that any other human can do something like that to the other human. And that's what I've seen in Bucha. But the repetition of Bucha is in multiple cities in the country. So this genocide of the Ukrainian population must be stopped. And this is not the word that the world should be scared of, even think about it or pronounce it. It is happening in Ukraine. It is happening. Mariupol has been destroyed completely. And we just hope and do anything for it so that this war is going to be stopped with the help of the free world. And I want to use just one moment of this monologue and say thank you to Great Britain, Boris Johnson, that has stepped in. He was trying a lot from the early beginning to find the way how he can talk to Putin, how he can prevent the first steps that unfortunately were made and the lines were crossed. And all the support and supply that we were receiving from the beginning, and this is so great to have allies and partners of our nation. And I just want to say thank you. And I want to say, please don't stop supporting us as long as this war is still going, because our economy is down to nothing. We have great will, and we stand strong with our will against one of the strongest armies in the world, but our will is stronger than any army or any weapon. And we show it. We're dedicated to the country, to freedom in Ukraine, in Europe, and in the world. Because from this war, not just Ukraine is suffering, the entire Europe and the world is suffering. The prices are going to go up. The gas prices, food prices, so everything is connected with each other in this world. We're living in the global world, and we're very, very connected with each other, and it is very important to keep this chain connected. If Ukraine fails, you're going to fail too, guys.